and welcome to Victoria Coach Station. So I'm off to the F1 today. 2 weeks ago I was at the Spanish Grand Prix. Last week I was at the Austrian Grand Prix. Today's time to complete the hat-trick. Speaking of hat-trick, this was also my third Silverstone race in a row. I'm not sure for anything, but in the last 2 years I've also done Monza, Spa and Albert Park, and went to Formula E at Monaco. And I got a ticket for next year's Dutch Grand Prix. Not this year, but next year's Dutch Grand Prix. Now let's get to the race. It's one of these that goes to Poland. I booked with Megabus, that's National Express, but mine's at 7 AM. I think it's down there. Also, I need the toilet and brilliant. Can't hold it that long. I can't hold it that long. It's 6:36, so I got some time. It's 7 to 9:30 the coach, and then the coach back 7 PM to 10:30 PM. Which is not bad, you know. Great to release that. Anyway, as I was saying, like the timings of the coach, like you missed the Formula 3, but if you want to catch that, you got to get the 4 AM coach, which I was gonna get. That's way too early for me. It's a good day trip, you know. You missed the Formula 3, but you see the F2, the Porsche Cup, the F1, obviously, and then the race will be done by like 4:30 or whatever, depending on safety cars. Even with the podium, you can watch the podium, and it'll all be well and good, and you'll have time to chill afterwards, get back on the coach at 7, get home. I'd love to stay for the concerts and stuff, but it is what it is. There's not a coach late enough, and the hotels are so expensive during Silverstone weekend. I know I did it two years ago, but yeah, it is what it is. 7 AM? 6:30? I think I'm in that one. We have just gotten in. That took half an hour. There's 5 minutes till F2. Damn, that took longer than last year. Did I come earlier last year? I came on the coach. Maybe it's at the 6 AM one. I don't know. But yeah, here we are. We are here. I just looked at the weather forecast a few days ago, and it said rain all day. It's not raining at the moment. It did rain a bit earlier. My grandstand does not have a roof. Hopefully the forecast was wrong, but there was a bit of rain earlier, so I'm a bit worried. But apart from that, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, my grandstand is also a bit far from here. I need to get walking, but yeah, now I know where to come back though, so that's good. Now it started raining. That's typical, innit? Bloody Spain was nice and warm 2 weeks ago. Austria last week was just very hot and humid. Needed a lot of water, but still it was good weather. Come to England in the summer, rain. Gotta love England. You know the grandstand, you can try and guess where I'm gonna sit today. It's different to the last two. 2 years ago I sat at National Pit Straight. I thought that was the main straight for some reason. That's why I booked that seat, but it was still a good seat. Last year I was a club corner seat. That was expensive, but for me there's not a better grandstand seat at Silverstone than that, surely. Like that is, when I came in for a whole weekend 2 years ago, I tried like almost every grandstand. Club corner trumps them all. But I'm going somewhere else today, and you can guess what it is, but it's a pretty good seat. It's at a good zone where you might see some overtakes and some great action, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Plenty of options. Unlike Austria, where every place sold the same thing. Not Austria. Austria was range. I mean Spain. Spain, like every store sold the same thing. I'm just like, why has everyone got the same menu? There's range here. and ice cream vans, although not great in the rain, but still, we'll take the ice cream vans. There's even a bloody Costa. Even they've set up shop here. I see you. It's my favourite kind of store. It's alright so far, it's alright. It's only a little bit of rain, on and off. Hope it stays like that at the most. So I actually saw, it's a nachos down there, and I love nachos. But I'm good, I'm gonna go near my grandstand, there should be something there anyway. 3 of these guys are starting first, second and third. And the other one's retired, of course, but still. That's not scary. Some Greek street food here. Every time I walk past something, I'm getting more hungry. I've not eaten anything since before the Euros game yesterday. So that was what, 5 p.m. I ate at like 4:30 in the afternoon. It's the next day. It's like 10 a.m. I have not eaten yet. So I'm just like, I'm actually really hungry. I'm very peckish. I should have gone to that food area. What am I doing? Hopefully Lando, George and Lewis drive as well as the England players took the penalties yesterday. And also the Ferrari drivers. Hopefully they do well too. That'd be a nice top 5. What's happening right now? That's what I'll mainly be watching. Those are some good options, you know. But I'll keep moving. The main straight, but it's not where I'm sitting. Where I sat last year. What an incredible view it was from here. What on earth is that? It's raining, for flip's sake. It seems like some sort of place to watch the race because it's playing on the TV there. Maybe it's a bar. Yeah, just benches and TVs. That's cool. Oh, pepperoni chicken. Nah, not yet. I'll get something near my grandstand. I'm not gonna lie, it is tempting. Oh, that's a good GA spot. I feel like general admission is like really good at Silverstone. There's like some really good spots. At the same time, I feel like you gotta get there so early just to get a good spot. Like when I went to Austria, I feel like it was very easy to get a spot. Just looking at this track, I just feel like it's gonna be a lot because Austria is like on a hill. You can just keep going up until you find something good enough, and you can get there pretty late as well. Over here, it's like a free-for-all. I don't know if I could do it unless I came in really early. I prefer grandstands anyway, but still, obviously it's the cheaper option. And also, if you're solo like me, if you need the toilet or food, I'm not gonna leave my stuff there, am I? And then my spot gets taken. So it's like, maybe GA is not for me, but it works in Austria. There's a solution to this, Davidoff. It's called Get a Girlfriend. I'm working on it. Might just get something from around here, to be fair. I think I'll just get food and watch F2 here. I'm not sitting there, by the way, but I'm not far off. I'll just get a pizza. Margarita, chicken sweet corn, barbecue chicken, farmhouse, pepperoni, meat feast, vegetarian, vegan cheese. Gone for pepperoni and canned water. I am sitting at Stowe. The entrance is, I think it's round there. Okay. I went in the wrong side. I'm in seat 16. I've seen the Porsche Cup multiple times before, twice here, once at Spa, once at Monza, and it's normally really fun because it's normally chaos. There's a lot of competitive racing, a few crashes here and there. Today it wasn't so fun because of the rain. I didn't know that my grandstand was right next to an airfield for helicopters that are being used constantly all day at the track. But anyway, as I was saying, right, because of the rain, they couldn't start the race on time. The conditions were too wet for the cars, for the actual Porsches to come out. They came out for a lap, went straight back in, waited in the pits, so the race was delayed by 18 minutes. Then they came back out to the safety car, did a couple laps. They did 2 laps on the safety car, and then did a rolling start into the race. And yeah, the race lasted, they said 12 laps, so they decreased it to 12 laps, plus they had a time limit on it, so you had to complete it in a certain amount of time. And if you don't complete it in time, obviously it's less than 12 laps. So what happened was there was a crash. There was a crash on like lap 9 or lap 10, safety car again. They had to clear the car out, they had to like tow the car away, out of harm's way. They got it towed away on lap 11. So there was a chance of one more lap, lap 12 out of 12, one competitive lap. We didn't get it. Why? Because there was a time limit and the time ran out. By the time everything was okay, they were like halfway through the lap, under the safety car, and they had 40 seconds to get to the finish line to start a new competitive lap. They didn't get there. So yeah, that was a shambles because of the rain, but it is what it is. Luckily with F1 cars you have wet tyres, so it shouldn't be that sort of issue with F1. Then again, the sun is out, so maybe that's a good sign. But there's still over 2 hours to the race, so I wouldn't hold my breath just yet. But this definitely is a good sign. Please stay like this for about 3 or 4 more hours, please. Porsche Cup was disappointing. I wanted to see some good racing because it normally is good racing, but the rain ruined it. Really like the view of this grandstand because I remember watching the Spanish Grand Prix on the main straight, looking into the DRS zone right at the end. I was thinking, looking for overtakes is fun. Being at the top of the track in Austria, seeing Lando chase Max is really fun. I love seeing that. So like, we're right next to Hangar Straight. We're in the corner exit of Hangar Straight after Magnussen Beckett. There's a lot of overtakes that happen there on that DRS zone. So there's a chance we see a lot of overtakes from that corner. So it's a great, that's why I picked it. I just thought it's a great place to be. But obviously when it's raining, it's not so fun. And I should have bought one of those ponchos or whatever they're called, which I didn't. But if it doesn't rain, I've got an incredible seat. If it doesn't rain, again, please stay like this. Stay like this. Burger and fries, chicken chop, fish and chips, loaded foot-long hot dogs, and German doner kebab. What more could you ask for? Driver's parade in 4 minutes. Obviously they'll be going slow and we're towards the end of the lap, so I'll give it like 10-15 minutes till I get to my stand anyway. I'm gonna get up there, I'm gonna see the drivers come back down. Then the red arrows are about 2:15, so that'll be about an hour, I guess. I can see him from here, I guess, but still I'd probably rather be in my seat. But if I miss those, I miss those. At least if I be in that 2:45 national anthem, like that's when you want to be in your seat. The national anthem, and then pre-race, and then the actual race. Looking forward to it, and I'm very excited. I hope Ferrari do well at the same time, because we got British drivers doing great in qualifying. I also want to see them do something special, and it was special the last 2 years. Last year Norris got second, Hamilton got third. 2 years ago we had the Frugos Hamilton moment. No wait, that was last year, wasn't it? Can't remember. No, I think that was 2 years ago, when Sainz won that race. That was an amazing first time F1 at Silverstone. But yeah, it's a great atmosphere here when British drivers do well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the three of them do. And even like, you know, Alex Albon, even the race on a different flag, it's kind of a home race to him in a way as well. And obviously it's a home race to a lot of teams. But yeah, but mainly I want Ferrari to do well, so Vamos Carlos, and hopefully Leclerc, because he's having a bad time, hopefully he does something good as well. It would be nice to see something like Australia where it's a 1-2, but I would not hold my breath, because I think Lewis will be on the podium, and so will Lando. It's just a case of whether Max breaks through and gets in there too, but yeah. I got a feeling George might drop if Max comes into play, but we'll see. But hopefully it's a good race. That's all I want a good race, and it normally is very fun to watch, even when it's not so good a race. To be fair, there's been times where like Monza 2 years ago and Spa last year, Max easily won both races, so they weren't like that competitive at the front, but I still had a good time. But still, I would like to see some competitiveness, and hopefully there's some great overtakes to see. Well, I'm in Stowe A, but still Stowe. It's not Stowe B. But at the end of Hangar Straight, and I can look into Hangar Straight as well, there's opportunity to see a lot of overtakes there, so I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully you get to see some good ones. And yeah, again, hopefully a good race, and I feel like I've picked a great seat to sit in, as long as it doesn't rain. Good sign. Good sign.
But I want to race. Clouds, the low temperatures, the rain. Yeah, I'm not sure in our position. There's a 60% chance of rain. The noise, the atmosphere here. I was even can't hear that well.
I was going to get a burger, but then I saw this place has loaded nachos. Here we are. Those are some good nachos. Apart from that one. By the way, right, I got to like third in the queue, and like it took really long, and I was just like, what's going on? The two guys at the front taking ages. I found out why later. They got 2 big boxes of hot dogs. They got like 20 hot dogs, 2 big boxes each. I'm just like, no wonder it took so long. Fair enough. I can see them actually. They've already finished them. It's crazy. Do you ever have one of those moments where just nothing goes right, just everything starts going wrong? I just had one of those crazy 10-minute moments. Essentially, I ordered my nachos, right? Went to pay for it. The card didn't work.
The same card I just used, I've literally got money on it. The same card I used over there earlier for pizza, it didn't go through. And I'm just like, what? And it says, oh, contactless limit reached. You got to type your PIN. And I'm just like, I don't remember my PIN. I forgot it. So I used my other card that I know my PIN for. That one worked contactless. So that was annoying. So I had to use a second card while there's people behind me waiting, and they've been waiting a while because there was a guy in front of us ordering 20 hot dogs. So then the cheese started dripping down. It dripped onto my wallet. So I had to clean my wallet a bit, wipe my wallet. So I got it. It started dripping below the box. Luckily, none of my clothes dripped onto my hand. I'm just like, oh my days. I'm holding nachos with one hand, eating with the other one. I got to get tissues to wipe my hands afterwards. It was just ridiculous. Ate my nachos, it was fine. And then like, I'm standing in this area, right? Because there's no one, like there's a queue next to me, but like there's space where I am, right? There's a bit of space here and there. There's people walking towards me, right? People walking through, there's like 5 people, right? I have a nacho, there's one on the edge, it falls off. That's the one on the floor you just saw. It fell off, it fell onto my shirt, then it fell off. My shirt it's not too messy, it's fine. It has got a mark on it though, that's not nice. It's expensive Ferrari gear. But yeah, it fell on my shirt and then fell onto the floor. And in typical British banter fashion, one of the guys walking past me said, I think you dropped one, mate. And I'm just like, I don't even look at him. I'm just looking at my food. I'm just gonna finish my food. And and then I finished it. I'm just like, okay, go get a tissue. Wait a second, my other hand is full of cheese from the bottom of the box. Messy. Maybe that's a sign I should have got the fish and chips. I think that's a sign I should have got fish and chips. You know what I just realized, right? I also got a Red Bull because like I've been very tired. I went to bed at like midnight. I was meant to go to bed after the Euros game, Turkey Netherlands, but I just couldn't sleep last night. I don't know what time I actually fell asleep. Woke up at like 4:30. I was so tired this morning. Had a coffee and I was just about okay. I thought, let me get a Red Bull. I left it at the counter at Nachos. So I had to like jump the queue without looking suspicious because I wasn't jumping the queue. I was just getting the thing that I ordered. I waited there. I stood to the side. I was just like, I tried to like say hi and then they didn't see me. Eventually they did, like 10 minutes later, and I got my drink. Luckily, can't believe it, man. What's happening with me the last half an hour? What's going on? Anyway, it's 5 minutes to the red arrows, so let me find my seats. Oh, this is the toilet queue. I thought that was to get in the grandstand. Okay, let me skip over this. They missed on pass as I drank a Red Bull. A lot of their stunts were behind our grandstand, so it's easy to see from here. Also, it's 2:28. I want to try and go to the toilet now. I feel like the toilet queue's slowed down now, considering a lot of people are in their seats. So it's probably a better time to go. I want to go now, as opposed to during the race. Good idea. I'm also charging my phone from a power bank. Phone's on 30%. They just went in front now after I leave my grandstand. The red arrows. $2:38. Good timing. Long queue, but still quick. Lucky to be a man. There was a point where the red arrows just flew over the toilets though, and that was really cool. I was a little bit busy waiting in a queue to film that, but I just let you know it was cool. I think we'll see them again after the anthem anyway. I think anyway.
on the first lap and a half of the race. So he's trying to make good progress here. Carlos Sainz still ahead of him. He's 6th place, and in between them, Lance Stroll.
How like had a big piece of bodywork come off?
Somebody's had bodywork come off according to Sergeant.
Still lovely to be on the podium here. So we'll come back stronger this year and try again. We finished 5th, 6th, but yeah, we made the right calls. You know, going from the slicks to the inters, and then also from the inters, it all worked out well. That's good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate them so much, all the hard work that they put in all of these years. I'm forever grateful to everyone in this team, everyone in this stadium. I can see lap by lap as us coming round, and there's just no greater feeling as to finish at the front here. It's been 2.5 years since you won a race. I never thought we'd see 1 year. I love you guys. God bless you. They threw everything at you in that race. When half of Silverstone and Motorsport UK on any package this weekend for
No track invasion today. Well, there's a track invasion from like one gate at Vale, and that was near the podium. Apart from that, everyone else gets to invade at 5:45, which is in 45 minutes from now. So the race ended, we did the podium. I've been chilling there for like 15 minutes, and still there's 45 minutes left until we can track invade. Not sure why. I think it goes beyond, maybe it's safety, but like an hour after the race ends is like, that's a long time. Over an hour after the race ends. So I'm just like, how come? I don't know. I've still got 2 hours until my coach. I probably could have booked an earlier one. I think there's one left at 6 p.m. I think I should have booked that one. So that was a really fun race. It started off dry and then it started raining, and then it finished in the dry and lost like 10-15 laps. So there's a lot of strategy in it, obviously, because you start on slick tires, then when it starts raining, you've got to switch to the wet tires. Some cars pitted to wets very early. It didn't work for them. Eventually it was the right time to do it, and at the end, last 10-15 laps, obviously pitting back for slicks. I like that. Like, a big part of what makes F1 races great is pit strategy, and just thinking about, with the rain and when it stops, when it starts, how heavy it is. When you pit is very important. I think maybe like Lando pitted like a couple laps, 2-3 laps too late at the end. I really like finding out how like drivers and strategists and engineers just work together to try and figure out the best strategy, the best way to pit. And when there's rain involved, when the rain, especially when the rain is not raining, when it's not raining the whole race, it's just part of the race. You've got to strategize when to pit from dries to wet tires, and back from wet tires back to dry tires. I like that part of F1. It's a big part of what makes F1 race great. Another great thing is overtakes, and I said earlier, Club Corner is the best place to sit. I don't know so much anymore. I mean, it was a great view last time. It was a great view, and that was where Frugos Hamilton happened. But I was at the wrong part of the track for that anyway. I was somewhere else. That was 2 years ago. But the best places to be are towards the end of the DRS straights, on apart from Monaco. Monaco is just a weird one, isn't it? But sitting at the end of Hangar Straight was awesome because we saw a lot of overtakes. I mean, I filmed some of them, you saw some of them, plenty I didn't film. There was an overtake, there was one where Perez got, so Perez and Leclerc got lapped, so they pitted really early onto wet tyres. It didn't work, the track wasn't right yet. They pitted way too early, so they ended up getting overlapped a few times. It's a shame because Perez actually started really well. He got some nice overtakes at the start of the race. He had a very fast start, but that strategy did not work. Maybe they were testing it with him just in case they want to do it with Max, but that's a real shame. And Leclerc obviously is the same thing. A few other drivers too, just yeah, but mainly those two. That was just frustrating seeing Leclerc especially get a lap like that, but that's just the wrong strategy. Leclerc on the wrong strategy. What a surprise. Yeah, there were a few overtakes early on Lance Stroll, early on in the race. There was a Leclerc overtake on Stroll near the start before he pitted for Inters. That was a great overtake. That was the first overtake we saw actually right in front of us. It was really awesome. Wish I filmed it because it's a Ferrari overtake, you know, even though it went wrong for him afterwards. Stroll got overtaken again by, who was it? Alonso, by his teammate Alonso. There was also Kevin Magnussen, K-Mag overtaking, who was overtaking? It was Logan Sargent. I'm naming some of the overtakes I'm thinking of that I didn't get on the vlog. Perez getting lapped right in front of us. I mean, they showed some celebrities on the screen. They always do an F1. Saw Amelia Clark, Khaleesi, and Mr. Bean. Interesting crossover, that's the mother of dragons and Mr. Bean. Anyway, as I was saying, we saw some great overtakes there, and one of the best parts of F1 is overtaking. So I think I changed my mind a little bit. Like normally I always think like being near the main straight, being near the finish line. Club Corner C is great at Silverstone. To be fair, the Monza straight was great, but like you got to think about the overtaking zones, and that's where the best grandstands usually are. And Stowe's a great grandstand when it's not raining. You see some fantastic, you can see straight down into Hangar Straight. You can see them coming down. You see where the overtakes start, and the overtakes happen right before the corner or on the corner. It's really awesome to watch that. It's awesome to see drivers chase each other through that corner. 2 weeks ago, watching drivers going to turn 1 in Spain was really awesome. Spain's main straight is perfect, actually, to be fair. It's near the finish line too. Austria, I mentioned, of course, top of the track after turn 3, just that whole straight into the second or third DRS zone. That's really thrilling to watch. Watching Norris chase Max last week was crazy. So yeah, DRS zones are the way to go, man. And Stowe was brilliant today for overtakes, especially the first half. There was a lot of overtakes towards the end, but like the first 26 laps, there were a lot of overtakes in that section, or at least a lot of competitive racing, wheel to wheel. After that, it dried up a little bit, and then towards the end, it started picking up again. It was an interesting race because Max Verstappen looked very slow at the start. The Mercedes were much faster than him. Both Mercedes and both McLarens faster than him. And there was cars behind him catching up to him as well, possibly a Ferrari. But then things changed. The pit strategy wasn't great from some teams, it's better from other teams. Red Bull got it perfect. Norris pitted like I said 2-3 laps late because Hamilton pitted at a good time. He pitted early enough, I think a couple laps earlier than Norris, early enough to the point where when Norris pitted and he came out, even though he was winning the race, when he came out, Hamilton was ahead. And Hamilton from that point, he led, and Max Verstappen was coming in third place. He was chasing Norris. Hamilton had a 2-second lead. It became a 3-second lead because Verstappen chased Norris, overtook him. They both lost a bit of time there. Nothing too aggressive like last week, but still, a bit of time was lost, and Hamilton had 5 laps to hold a 3.3 second lead, and he did it. Max was coming there. Max was really fast towards the end, but Hamilton held on. And Lewis Hamilton, our guy, we signed him. He is a Ferrari driver next season. Hope to be here next year to watch him drive for Ferrari. Hopefully wins there again. This is his first win, I think, up to 2021, and this considering he's been racing for decades, literal decades. Up to 2021, he won a race in every season, every single season, and considering how long he's been around, that's insane. Like, he won a race every season from his debut season when he was really young up to 2021, winning all those championships. He won at least one race every single season. 2022 was the first time he didn't win a single race, and last year as well didn't win a single race. this is his first win since 2021. 2.5 years in the making as well, and it's his home race. You know, the race where he's won the most times, I think. He's got the record here. It's his 104th race win overall, and he was very emotional about it. And you got a home win, of course. Obviously, did not end well for Russell, the other home driver, his teammate. He had to retire the car for, I don't know what exactly happened, but yeah, he went wrong with the car. It was unfortunate because he started on pole, he looked good, but at least you got a British 1-2. Apparently there was no British 1-2-3 since the 1960s. Could have happened today, it didn't. Oh yeah, I said 1-2. Norris finished third actually. Max finished second, so yeah, that ruins that. But you still got 2 Brits on the podium, but since the 1960s, no British 1-2-3, and it's still not the case. But yeah, it was a really good race, man, and I sat at the perfect place to see overtakes. Really enjoyed that part of the race for sure. I mean, how could you not? But yeah, and also the pit strategy. Obviously I wasn't near the pits, but you could see the screen, I could hear the commentary. Unlike in Spain, I heard none of the commentary in Spain, I remember. But yeah, just hearing, like, I guess the team radio was pretty hard to hear, but you could hear the commentators and you could see what was going on through the screen anyway. Just seeing what strategy they were going for, and it was like, oh, why is Norris not pitted yet? Seeing all of that was interesting, and seeing the overtakes right in front of us, it was just really fun to watch. Just looking down into Hangar Straight, coming towards us, and we saw plenty of great action and overtakes from all cars across across the whole grid, really. Saw some good battles even at the back. So yeah, it was really fun. Apart from Leclerc just getting lapped after the wrong strategy, and even Perez, like, even though I'm not a Red Bull fan, it was kind of a sad thing because Perez started really well. It was really exciting to watch in the first 3 laps. So for his race to fall apart like that was just, I felt bad for him. I felt bad for Perez for sure. I honestly can't remember where everyone finished apart from, like, I know the top 3 obviously, and then Piastri was 4th, right? And then Sainz was 5th. After that, my mind's gone blank. I was so focused on the top 3, but like, it was a great race from them, you know? It was a very dramatic race, and it was really fun to watch. So yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed the race today, and we got 2 Mercedes wins in a row. It's been a while since that. Mercedes obviously dominated F1 for almost a decade, so you know, the last 2 years they've been struggling quite a lot. Now they've won 2 in a row, and one of those at Red Bull's home, and the other one at, you know, Hamilton's home. That's crazy. Also, like, speaking of Mercedes, even though I don't like Mercedes as an F1 team, they need to bring back their home track. Like, why did they remove Hockenheim? Bring back the German Grand Prix. Either bring back Hockenheim or bring back the Nürburgring. Bring one of the 2 tracks back, because we got Mercedes, we got Audi coming into F1 in 2 years' time. They got to bring back the German Grand Prix. Why is it not a thing? There's so much German influence already on in F1. We're going to get more with Audi coming in, but they removed the German Grand Prix. Obviously it's about money, but I mean, come on, you can't just, if they bring it back, I would definitely want to be there. Also, take a look at this. Enjoy 4 cans of wine for £36. Is that meant to be a bargain? 4 cans of £36, that's £9 a can. Actually, to be fair, it is wine, not beer, but still, wait, wine in a can? Who drinks wine out of a can? I have questions. As tempting as the fish and chips were, I realised I had a lot of salmon yesterday and I got leftovers, so I'll eat my salmon tonight. I love salmon. But what I will get is a good old ice cream. Even though it's not even that hot and I don't need that. But it's ice cream. Jeremy Clarkson. So the cone broke, so he got me another cone. So I've got more cone than ice cream. I reckon this costs about maybe $1,000 a night on race weekend. Maybe more. Ah, bloody hell. See, if I was staying the night, I would go to the main stage, but I am not. To the coach. We're at gate 1. Ah, the memories. I came for this. No, wait, sorry. No, it was near the Ferris wheel. So the next entrance along, I think that, I don't know what gate that is. I think it's gate 19, 16, whatever the last gate is. The main gate. If you guys, some of you guys might remember, I came here 2 years ago for the first time. I did a full 4 days, Thursday to Sunday. Booked a hotel that was 10 miles away. I had to get a taxi every single night. It was the chaos trying to get a taxi after the event. I'd just stand outside, not this gate, but the gate down there. I stand outside for hours sometimes, just waiting for a taxi to get back to the hotel. On the Sunday, Lando Norris drove right past me in his McLaren. I was on my phone. He drove right past me. He beeped at us, all the fans that were around the entrance, which was like, I was just like, Lando just drove past me, I had no idea. I went to that stage all 4 nights for the concerts and stuff, of course. Even after that, the taxis were still, even though there's a lot less people, taxis were still hard to come by. And I owned 0 F1 merch items, so I spent so much money on merch that weekend. The amount of money I spent that weekend, I spent more that weekend than some holidays abroad. Like, it was insane. I don't know if I can calculate it, but it was a ridiculous amount. It was good memories though. Having said that, I definitely prefer just going for a day. It's just, it's mainly the hotels. The hotels are just so expensive, and to get something even relatively cheap, you've got to book something like 20 miles away. It's just not worth it. And I live in London. Literally, there's so many options to come here. I can get a coach, I can get a train. Like, to be fair, I could just go and come back every single day. That's something I could do, but I feel like that's a long weekend. That is a lot of traveling, but I guess I could have made that work. But still, next year, just like this year and last year, I will definitely do 1 day again. Even though I'd love to, like, ideally I'd prefer to stay for the main stage, because normally drivers come out to do interviews on that main stage as well. I'd love to like stay there and like get a coach back at like 11 p.m. midnight, but it never, they don't do it that late. They do it the next morning. I'm just like, yeah, never mind then. But yeah, I love coming here, and unless there's extreme circumstances, I aim to be here every year. So yeah, there's a 3rd in a row. Let's make it 4 next year. Where should I sit? Maybe you can let me know where I should sit, because I don't know. Maybe I might come back to Stowe, because that was really fun. Maybe the other end. What was it Beckett's? Maybe Beckett's will be good. I guess we'll see. Still a while though. I mean, it might go on sale in a few months, but a whole year till that race, a whole year. I've still got to book my hotel for the Dutch Grand Prix next year. The dates have been announced, I've not been announced. It's funny, I got a ticket to next year's Dutch Grand Prix, but not this year's, and that's not even happened yet. And it doesn't happen for another month. I'm well ahead of the game. How that happened is basically because that Grand Prix is so much in demand, they do a ballot system. And I applied for the 2024 ballot. I wanted to go to Dutch Grand Prix in 2024. I didn't get the ballot, and that's why I went to the Spanish Grand Prix instead. But then they offered me a ticket for 2025 instead. I'm just like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. So I just need to make sure I book the flights and hotels, and that's going to be fun. So next year, Silverstone should happen, Dutch Grand Prix, and I hope Texas. I want to do Texas. I really want to do Texas. Also, bring back the German one so we can do Hockenheim.
Bugatti. Cadbury. Happy Gangnam Style.
I've seen creative ways of people in general admission, sitting down, bringing their own camping chairs, bringing their tents, bring a lot of equipment. I have not yet seen people sitting on pallets. There are people sitting on pallets. There's pallets stacked up, people sitting on them, and other pallets stood up behind them to make a chair. I mean, it's creative, I'll give them that, but I've just never seen that before. That's unique. For me, be the best. Sorry, I can't do the accent. Those adverts you see before, like Cineworld movies. And we are back at gate 3. It's been a good day. Now let's get on the coach. The only issue I have is flipping that little hill that was only on for like 3 seconds. My shoes are effed. Gonna be on the coach with this.
decent. Left leg is not as bad, but yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing an hour early. I could have track invaded.
I wonder if I can cheat my way onto an earlier coach. There are people boarding right now. In fact, there's one leaving. And we are back.
There was a really cool Aston Martin showroom on the way back just before the station. It's close to Victoria. I was on the phone, so I couldn't film it. I was just like, that would have been such a cool clip for the vlog. Damn it. Anyway, I'm back now, so yeah, just got to head home now. Literally, I'm getting a lift, and they were right behind my coach. Like, I was just like, I'm at Brent Cross. I'm on Finchley Road. They're just like, we're on the same road. I'm just like, where are you? And they drove a bit faster. They caught up to the coach. They're like, we're right behind you, mate. I'm just like, well, it's great you're here, but I need to get to the toilet.
You don't know that the departure terminal is separate to the arrivals terminal. It's like on the opposite side of the road. I did not know that. Departures all over the country, by the way, and even Scotland, and you can go Germany from here, even Poland. Eastern Europe, actually, as well. Then you got arrivals over there.
I am knackered. You know, I travel so much around the world that I kind of forgot how much I love the city of London. It looks beautiful at night. I've genuinely not been down there in ages. Like, it's been too long. Anyway, yeah, almost home. It's time for me to edit this vlog, and hopefully it's not anywhere near as long as the Austria or Spain vlogs. I'm pretty sure they're not. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and hopefully you see you next year for Silverstone, and obviously the Dutch Grand Prix as well. Goodbye.